I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him, and I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, she, her.
I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Bannatyne, he, him.
I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel/Jacks, they, them.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM.
Yeah. If you ever need to do water effects.
It's a bit unreliable though.
Not live, you can put them in the, on the edit. I'm going to stare lovingly into Matt's eyes and eat a lot.
I'm going to suck it.
So. Oh, Christ.
Please make out.
Where to begin? You guys are finally coming, I think, to the end of your time in Dustmere.
That's what you think.
You arrived from the desert, you turned up, you got involved in a load of crap, and you ended up killing, well, effectively...
Well, you've won.
Seeing the death of two dukes, one of which being the Crown Duke of Dustmere, Debiles, after he was seemingly forced to turn into some kind of malnourished demigod creature. What happened last time? So in the aftermath of the ball...
That's the much more than you!
On the aftermath...
Your job.
Yes, I'm on it. Yeah, on the aftermath of the ball, you guys fled, reviving Aura from his...
Again.
From his explosive... explosive conflict with a trap.
Was it a conflict?
Yeah, the trap won.
Yeah, but you did come away with a handful of coil shards, and you fled from the scene quickly, just before I think a lot of guards descended on the place. Sentinel was a little bit ahead and spent some much needed time with Kaz, and you guys went for your final kind of evening in the Coal and Petal with Clayton. And I think you guys have decided, we'll jump in a moment, but I think that you've decided that you'll be going by boat at some point to Delnori. And end of last session, you guys were visited by a condor, one of the big silver and white birds that deliver sort of secured messages. And it was delivered to you, Freya, a message from your sister, Ersa. I won't go through what she said.
You should remember.
Yeah, I sent it to you. But it did reveal a secret about Aura's past as well as your sister's. So obviously you had no idea where she was and still kind of don't know where she is. But you do now know that she was in Dustmere and found out basically what Aura said, or what someone said when he was pulled from the edge. And at the same time, we had Sentinel and Caxaria running across the Mariners Market on the way to the Temple District. So, I think that we will start there with you, Sentinel. So you ran across the square. We're still, I'd say, a little bit back in time, so this is probably when the condor has just landed. You arrive at the temple corridor, that winding road to the north of the city, and you kind of stumble onto it, and I guess Kaz would probably ask you. You know that she is not religious, but we've spoken about this. She's not religious, but she does have an association with the Dusk chorus with Geish. So she would probably look at you. Do you have a preference?
Gods are pricks and I don't respect them, so wherever you want.
The dusk chorus. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Freya's passive kicks that out.
Across the sea.
Okay.
That was easy.
It's not gymnastics.
Just
Hey, some of them have got a pass, all right, but most of them are pricks, and I don't respect them. It's hard to be an atheist in a world with proven gods.
Yes, that's true. So I get by the light of Geish, the mauve light of Geish, you guys move down the corridor to at the Temple of Geish for the Dusk Chorus. Is a narrow tower of grey. The blocks are kind of got a mauve paint to them that started peeling. It looks a little bit shit as everything does. The blocks are all pockmarked and weathered by sand and the wind. And above the door is a symbol of the Dusk Chorus. It's just a simple bar, a single line. And the door is open. There is a tattered curtain covering the doorway.
Before we go in, I kind of pull like something like, I came in like a bull in a china shop. Are you sure you want to do this? Because I didn't ask you about anything that was happening beforehand. Are you sure?
I'm usually not sure about a lot of things. I kind of just jump in, but this is ironically one thing I am sure about.
You sure? Okay, let's go.
Okay. You go into the temple. She pushes it past the curtain, lets you through, and inside it is a tiny little place, probably no more than 20-25 feet wide. It is a single corridor of a temple. There are threadbare mats along each side of this little walkway, and the extinguished candelabras stand on the walls. Some of them have just like a congealed kind of pile of wax with a burnt wick in the middle. And at the top is a U-shaped altar carved from stone up several steps. And on those steps, scrubbing them, is a thin cloaked figure in like a dark navy and mauve. What is it called? Habit. She's just scrubbing at it.
Hi. Hi.
She looks round. She's got dark skin. She's got her hair bound in a loose like ball on the top of her head. She has this navy and black cloak underneath her habit. It's all just a mess of phrase on the cuffs. You move silently. My leathered
Why have you done this?
My leathered ears missed you entering. That is good. And she stands, like dusts herself off. The steps are a little bit wet with soap suds. Ah, Miss Zaithwaite. A quiet pride of the temple. May the mauve guide you. She doesn't look phased, Caxaria. She kind of like nods a little bit. And the woman walks up to you. She's really short, and even shorter when she steps down the few steps.
I was going to say super short when she stands up.
Yeah. She kind of approaches you, and she's like, I am Prelate Priestess Amanath Kareen.
It's lovely to meet you. Do you do weddings?
Oh, a union. She kind of like spins around. A miracle. Let us drink. And she walks up
that
to
I can get behind.
Okay, so she takes you towards the altar, and she pours like a goblet, this like big ass goblet of really purple wine, and there's like a big wooden jug on the side. She pours it from that, and she goes up to the two of you and hands it, and like little sips.
Oh yeah, I let Kaz go first. So I'm like, are we supposed to down this, or is it?
She just takes a little sip.
It's like the coffee wipe she does.
Cool. Do you have the silver?
How much silver is it?
Kaz pulls out a small bar. She's like, gives it to her. I told you I was sure. And it's literally like a little bar of silver. And the Amanath Kareen, as she takes it and she puts it in like a pestle and mortar on the side, she starts pounding it and grinding it down, and it's quite vicious.
What, as in a mortar pestle with silver inside?
She's taken a bar of silver and she's pounding
pounded.
it into
Nice.
bits. Yeah.
As like that's going on, I'm like, oh, fuck, hang on, seal, seal.
Yeah. He goes, appears on your shoulder. Oh, this place is odd.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You just stay there, bud.
What are we doing here?
You'll find out.
Okay. Oh, it's your friend.
Yep. Friend.
He sits there, sits on your shoulder.
Something old, because he's old. He's new to me. He's borrowed. And he's blue.
And he's blue. Oh my god. That's cute.
So I feel like we might need a witness. I don't know how these things work.
He's there. He witnessing. So she's like pounding in this bit of silver in this mortar and pestle. She comes back, and she's kind of holding whatever it was, and she pours it from this massive kind of granite thing into her hand, and she brings over the pitcher this time of wine, and she's like, "One for the bond." She holds up the pitcher, and like tips it over you, like over onto your mouth, and like it's a lot. It's like a lot, and it spills a bit, yeah. And she does the same to Kaz, and she's like, like dabs. It's like here on your shirt and stuff. And then she says, "One for the binder," and she just goes, and just tips it all over her face. And then,
So when did ceremony involve waterboarding?
I'm going to tell you, I see why you like this one. There's a lot of wine involved.
usually not this much, but... And then Amanath steps back towards the steps, and she's like, "And one for the silent words between you." And she just like tips the rest over the steps, and it just mixes all the suds and spills down onto the floor over her feet.
Why?
"Do you have vows?" She nods, and Kaz goes, I mean, I don't have vows, but I could say some things.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? She like hold your hands.
I didn't know that I would ever love anyone. I thought that when Ansel died, that was it. And I was going to be causing the mother of all succession issues, but it's not just the last few weeks, it's not been since I left, it's been since we started hosting those heirs dinners, and I remember every moment when I was like, that, and I was jealous. I didn't know why. And you have made everything easier. The demons are easier when you are here. And there is one thing that I can promise that I will always do, and it is going to be to put your health, your happiness, and your safety before anything else. I don't have any money, I am broke, I can't buy you a nice house, I can't even buy you a decent ring. I stole, technically, my sugar daddy gave us this one. But I am committed to this, and I'm committed to giving you everything you've ever wanted.
Didn't prepare vows, my ass.
Shut up.
We spent much of our younger years together, and we were no more than a midnight wander away from each other. And it looks like that is going to change. But before now, back then when we were together, it was different. I think I was different. You were different. And over the years, things have changed, and so it looks like our future will be changed as well. But me, now, and the person that you have helped me become, I can live knowing that no matter how far the distance between us, we're closer than we've ever been. I love you, and whether we're apart by 1,000 miles or a single breath, I'm yours. And let us both be the mother of all succession issues.
They're gonna get so mad when they find out.
And with that, you see Amanath she starts making some gestures that you probably both know is the silent refrain, and that is punctuated with arcane and divine gestures. And then a moment later, she throws up this sort of both bits and powdered silver into the air, and in a soundless, incandescent white and purple light, she says, "And under the silence of this mauve, I bind you." You both feel a warmth emanate throughout your bodies, and your mind is filled with Kaz before you. And from the look in her eyes, you know that she is feeling the same. And Amanath says, "You both may kiss your partner to seal the bond."
We kiss. I'm like, no, I'm done now. Yes.
And Amanath steps back and she says, "As is the way with this silent uttering, names are some of the most valuable whispers of them all. What do you wish me to legally write?" And she takes a step back.
T. Johnson.
She kind of beckons you to the altar, the middle of the U-shaped altar. And Kaz is like,
I don't think about this bit. Like, technically we need both names for work, but Delanta, Valanta, Zaithwaite is too long for anyone to have as a name. And realistically, are we telling anyone yet?
I mean, maybe your friends, but maybe not my family. Yet.
Yeah.
When we want my mother to die of a heart attack, that's when we'll tell her.
Drugs bites their tongue a lot. Yeah, I really don't want to have two sets of syndicate hitmen running after me. That's overkill.
Amanath's like, "I could leave it blank. It would confuse the records, but it is not an uncommon practice among silent wanderers.
Should we just leave it blank for now?
An initial, a first name?"
Yeah, just Jacks.
She writes Jacks at one side. And Kaz just says, "Just put Kaz." She writes that. And that is it. The book is closed. And Amanath, she bows. "So, when will you be returning for your baptism?"
Can't believe we're married on
Maybe
a dish.
Yeah.
Very scenic.
like a week? A week.
Wonderful. And she takes over. There's a really neat looking book, and she writes in there.
Won't even be able to see that it's fine. They're not going to come after me. Yeah.
And Kaz kind of looks at you, and I guess she kind of nods and a bow towards Amanath, who then goes back to scrubbing the now wine-covered steps.
Yeah, you made more work for yourself.
Where do we go?
Do you want to go home?
I guess so. If you're leaving soon, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, you take a slow wander back. I
So
think.
it's just what the fuck?
Yeah.
I heard there's a nice rooftop bar.
It's just a roof.
But there's also a roof on the other side that we sometimes hang out on.
Yeah, there's literally a birdhouse up there. So she takes you. I think you get the feeling that she's really drawing out the walk. And it takes you a really long way back.
Yeah, I let her. I
She-
let her take as long as she wants.
Yeah, and she's fiddling with her ring in the other hand, and there's long silences that you both, I imagine, would feel comfortable just being in each other's presence. And you just go back, do you? Okay. You head back to the hideout, and I guess is there anything that you want to do back there? Fuck's sake. The door.
I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, we're gonna keep walking. Do you wanna
Cinematically.
fuck? Do you wanna
As the door to Kaz's hideout clunks shut, the solid metal door with a clunk, we go back up to the rooftop where the wind ruffles the feathers of this giant bird gripping the side of the building, and it finishes in a very feminine voice. It finishes the letter.
Can I pat the bird?
You may. I don't know. You go up to the bird and pat it.
Birds don't really like this, but I've always wanted to pat a bird.
Is it like
it
twice
kind
the
of-
size of you as well?
Yeah, it's probably it's bigger than Eugene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it would bow. It bows its head. It has quite a big head and large eyes. A strangely small beak for its body size. That wedge-shaped beak, and it bows its head and lets you.
I probably don't actually touch the bird. I just stop because birds don't like that.
Yeah, you can tell. It's very intelligent. It knows what you're doing, and it just allows it. It's almost like you may,
Such a wonderful creature.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to talk about, I think.
Your message was delivered. Both it and the interactions regarding it will be forgotten.
Can I send one back?
You may. Would you like me to explain the process?
Yes.
We are the only secure way of communicating across large distances. I can repeat the information, justifying the cost and the value of our service. Let me...
3 million.
The cost is
Coil stone shell.
1 gold per word for inter-empire communication, at a minimum of 100 gold. Longer than 200 words, longer than 100 words is 1 gold per word, as is standard. Outside the Empire or to hostile environments is 2 gold per word. As I am coming from Ersa, I know the location of her. I cannot repeat such things, but I can travel there.
Can you please repeat those things? Where is she?
I'm afraid that information was not part of the message.
Ask if it's a hostile environment.
Yeah.
How much would it cost to send
Yeah.
back to her?
For tax purposes.
It is not a hostile environment, and it is within the Empire. So it will cost 1 gold per word, at a minimum of 100 gold.
It's like all of my money.
I accept payment in gold or in coil shards.
Oh.
Convenient.
Yeah.
You've lost some of those, they remember.
But I had so many of them.
That's true.
You guys have the 2 of them.
I have 2 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
4 and then
Let me
I
explain,
have 5. I
just
had one from before.
as we normally do and as is process. Spells such as scrying or earwig. Earwig specifically deviates a spell in which a caster can eavesdrop and hear aloud the messages a target has broadcasted or received using unencrypted magical means, such as sending sticks, sending spells over a 24-hour period.
This is not terms and conditions.
I'm simply saying that anything that you say will only reach the ears of the person that you wish it to. Even if I were trapped and tortured, I would not be able to utter your message.
Has that ever happened to you?
I have never been trapped or tortured, but it has happened to my kind.
Who would torture a bird, Amaya? It's not fair.
We both just went.
It like cocks its head like, at you.
It wasn't torture, it was just murder.
Okay.
Let's move away from this.
It has happened to my ancestors.
Very sorry to hear that.
I have no feelings about it, other than
Oh.
a distant sadness.
So
You could, I mean, this is me speaking. You could try and haggle with it. I'm not gonna. I know that it's a bird, but if this was a person, you would haggle, and I think Freya would know that you can interact in a bit more of it. Yeah.
I'll give you 70.
Under what terms?
Under what terms?
Why justify a reduction in 30 gold?
Because it's important.
Roll.
Yeah, that'll do.
The fate of the world depends on it.
That about does it.
Because you know my sister and that the information is important.
Roll a persuasion check. And you see it thinking about it, its head kind of tilting one way and the other way.
19.
Ooh.
Importance is subjective, but I do know the location of your sister. It will require no searching. 70 gold is acceptable. For 100 words minimum.
I don't think I'm...
Sorry, maximum.
I don't think I'm going to go over 100 words.
If you are to, with the 19, if you are to go vastly below 100 words, I would accept a 1 gold per word and remove the cap of 100 gold.
Okay. Deal. Can I shake his claw?
Yeah, it's big.
Scratchy.
Oh boy. Everyone's just watching me.
Intently.
I have a question, Bird. I don't know the bird's name. Do you have a name?
I do not.
I don't know if you get asked this all the time, but could I possibly ask for one of your feathers? They're magnificent.
Roll a persuasion check.
Also, why did I think you
Actually-
were going to say, can I please ride on you?
Why did I make that? You have to balance.
I rolled an 11. I don't know why persuasion is probably...
You can
11.
roll either persuasion or animal handling.
It'd be 12 then.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a percentile and see if
Claws
if
your
it had
eyes.
if it has any loose feathers or if something like that might have happened while it landed.
Or if it's going to claw your eyes.
Okay. It leans down and it gently tugs on a feather on its lower flanks on one of its legs. It's small for it, but as it hands it to you, it's big. It's probably I'd say like half a foot, and
Oh, wow.
it's fluffy at the bottom where its feathers are fluffed on its legs, and it hands it to you with its beak wordlessly.
Oh, thank you. I'll treasure this always. eBay.
I am Condor 26 for your records.
Condor 26. You've got
If you have a
Thank
monster
you.
You've
name.
got 25 others to find.
Yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed. You collect all the feathers and go use escape.
Start a little condor notebook.
That is an interesting question. I deal in words, and yet maybe
Would you like us to give you a name?
you can call me whatever you wish.
What should we call you, Jim?
Are you saying I can name this magnificent creature? Oh,
Do you-
wow.
He looks back at Freya immediately. Again.
Please help me.
We shall think.
Do you think you could ask your sister a question for me?
I would like that.
I
than
guess.
anything.
Or pass on a message? I don't know. If she knows Embrin. If Embrin was the Edge Watcher that found them, she won't be far from here. I asked Embrin to come to Dustmere for the ball. I said, I think it was meet me in 7 days, and he obviously hasn't arrived, but he said it might be possible, so
Didn't you sent that at Christamar, right?
yeah.
So that was about over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So he could have gone a long way by then.
Yeah,
She was
but at the
still-
time he said that he might be able to make it to Dustmere in 7 days.
Mm.
So he wasn't too
still
far.
with him. She might have mentioned that the Edgewatcher knew you were alive.
The note, I don't think that the letter from Ersa said that the Edgewatcher that spoke the words was alive, only that they spoke to its body.
Yeah, that's all they knew.
And then there was the rumour that one of them lived, but that was what came of nothing.
Emberin left the Edgewatchers when I did. About 5 years ago.
Oh. So he would have known that you were alive.
Yeah.
Unless he's keeping secrets for you.
Maybe he said when I spoke to him and asked him to come to Dustmere, he said the wizard who had spoken to me had been killed. And that they knew that I was alive.
Oh. I don't know what's happening.
You would know the name of that wizard was Zanarin.
Oh, I did not know that.
But you would.
Okay, well. Ersa? Is someone going to count the words?
Do the laughs count as words?
I'm gonna ramble.
Well, if you've got it written down, do you not just want to put that into like a word count thing?
It's alright, we can
Some
count.
notes.
Send it on Facebook and then I can...
It's very rambling.
It's alright.
I don't know if you'll hear this. I can't believe you're alive. I can't believe you kept all of this from me. Excuse me for searching for you after you went missing for 1.5 years. Without a word. 1.5 years! Like you popped out of existence. Dustmere was the only lead I had, so what did you think I was supposed to do? Then, yes, things kind of got out of hand. We got wrapped up in something huge beyond anything they taught us at the chorus. The dukes in Dustmere, they've gone mad, creating abominations. Gods? Not gods. I don't even know anymore. I don't know how much I can even tell you. But I won't stop until I find you. I made a promise and I intend to keep it.
I lost count of words at like 30.
It's a lot. I might have to give a cornerstone. I'll count it after. The Edgewatcher. The dead man. I think we found him, and he's maybe less dead than you've heard.
Just
moderately.
Slightly dead.
Depends on the day.
Depends if he's been in a coma or not.
He asks if the other you met with was called Emberin, and if he is, we might have a lead to find you. Just wait for me, okay? And we can figure all of this out together. As for Juness, well, I called and she never answered, so maybe ask her why. That's it.
Condor nods. Did someone word count it?
No.
No.
It's got to be over 200. Over 100, right?
That'll be over 100 easy, yeah.
After
Call it a
Freya's,
flat 100.
after Freya's done that, I'm gonna kind of slowly like tap
I'll put
Condor 26. Say, excuse me, Condor 26, and then bow really, really low. As
Okay.
a mark of respect.
Yeah. It watches you do that. It like tilts its head.
We would just like to say that we would like to call you Magnus because you're one magnificent bird and you deserve a name.
Roll an animal handling check with advantage. Either one of you with advantage or both of you.
Should we both roll?
Yeah, go on.
18.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Eugene's nervous.
Yeah.
It kind of looks at you and cocks its head again and then looks back at Freya. Magnus. You see its like strangely humanoid eyes kind of glancing about.
Oh shit.
And it blinks. I will remember.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought there was Great. If we come across you again, we will remember you as Magnus, the Magnificent.
Thank you. I forget things as my job. So it is nice to have something that I can remember.
Well, we'll always remember you as well. You brought our friend an important message, so.
Thank you. You see it kind of go back to business after a momentary kind of flutter of emotion, maybe. Did you do the work?
Yeah.
Oh, did you? How much is it? Oh no.
Use your workout.
It's 224 words.
It was 223, but she didn't put a space between.
And I added a question.
I was going to say I'll put something because I feel like it brought me information.
I was just
as
going
well.
to give it a cool stone. Cool shard.
They're worth 200 each, right?
Yeah.
It would accept a single core stone, considering the deal and your persuasion check. So you won't have to go over a single core stone.
Okay.
I'll chip in something on the next thing, or I can just give you some gold.
Okay. It leans forwards and it takes it from your hand,
And I put it on there. Thank you.
and it leans back. You know, like on a swan, it like cleans itself. It does that, and it puts the coral stone somewhere in its feathers.
I'll split.
Should we tell it where we're going so it's easier for it to find us?
No. Just in case.
And also, we don't know where we'll be by the time it gets back, because we might be on a boat.
It found us.
She
It found
can-
us last time. It can
Ursa can-
sure it'll find us again.
Ursa can keep scrying. She'll know.
Yeah, because wasn't that the point when she was really pissed? Just crying on you,
Oh,
like,
actually-
what the fuck?
Yeah.
It has reminded me of something I forgot. I got swept up with. So remember it said its truth aura. Basically, that was a zone of truth. But I'm assuming that no one on the roof. And say if you would have rejected it, would anyone have rejected the zone of truth?
No.
Okay, that's fine then. I forgot to check. So it nods and it looks round at each of you again once more. It says, "Good luck, and may we do business one day soon." And it looks at both of you. You named it, Magnus.
Hi, Magnus.
Bye.
And it
Thank you for the feather.
it doesn't say anything, but it eyes each of you, and then its massive wings unfurl. That 3-joint wings
It's
that are
Clayton in the
absolutely
face.
huge. Yeah, they're massive. I think I said it's about it's like a 20-foot wood wingspan when it's fully
Jesus.
when it's fully spread, and it can't actually flap very easily. So you see it leap off of the roof, and you hear one big whoomph as the wings beat, and it dips, and then it rises.
It's like 6 Eugenes.
Yeah, it's massive.
So how many Charlies?
You see a couple of people wandering in the Mariners Market, kind of look and point as it takes off, and within sort of 10-20 seconds, it is soaring quite high and gliding away. Okay, so what are you guys doing? It is the final. It's pretty late, quite late now. You're on the roof, Dustmere.
This has been an interesting evening.
Why do we always end up with more questions than answers?
Okay.
I guess we try and get down again.
Sorry, we don't have
Carry
to.
Freya.
Would you like a lift on my back?
Does anyone have featherfall?
I never
Oh,
did.
I
Don't
don't
it
even
mage
have my rope
hands the
anymore.
gems?
I'll
So-
just go last.
I don't have any
I'm just
rope
poor
now.
everyone.
You guys can. I won't make you roll for the descending. What are you guys going into the coal and petal? Are you going to sleep? What's the
What
the
time
plan?
is it?
It's late night now. It's probably 11.
Yeah, I want to go to bed.
I just want to track. I'll track Freya down, I think.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to be in the coal and petal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're in your rooms. So
I'm going to go down for a drink.
okay.
Is it Meredith or Grumpy?
Oh, check. No, it was Meredith.
Okay.
Yeah.
when I see Eugene going to the bar, I'm going to change my mind and also follow him down to the bar.
Okay, so you guys go down to the bar, or are you following Freya?
Yeah, I've gone upstairs.
Okay, so you're in.
Just sort of like holding the God's lantern in my hands, looking at it.
Oh, that's handy. I was going to ask a question about the God's Lantern, actually.
Sure. I don't
Like,
know what it is or what's happening, but sure.
when you use it, do you hold it or just set it down, or?
Don't I hold it?
There was something Sentinel said in one of the books that they took the God's Lantern, they turned it on themselves and sort of looked inside them.
Verbatim, it said that they had an eye of some sort. So they built an eye. They didn't say it was the God's Lantern.
Okay.
Just to clear up any confusion.
I still need to get used to me
I just, after all of this, I thought I would see if I could speak to Enthor, now that I actually know what's happened, I guess. I didn't know if, using the God's Lantern, you would be able to see what I could see in some way.
I don't know if it works that way. I mean, when I use it, it's like I go into a nexus of divine threads.
I wonder if there's a way, you could find his thread? Or does it have to be God?
Is it the guy you were talking to?
Yeah, in the vision.
Okay.
And one thing I'll say quick before I forget is I've changed your man's name
Boo! Boo! Cancel Charlie.
to similar. It's now Aman.
The man.
A-A-M, so Aman.
Okay.
That was the
Okay.
one of the gods of death that we spoke about a long time ago. But yes, carry on.
The man.
It's your boy.
Oh no, I wouldn't say no.
Well, I don't know if it's worth a try, but it's up to you. I just thought
I mean, sure, I try.
maybe one day, I know the Condor said sending messages wasn't safe, but maybe we could try and send a message to him. I don't know if it works across whatever the difference is between this place and the edge.
I could look. I don't know what exactly to look for, but I could look.
I guess we'd have some way of speaking to someone on the inside, literally.
I might just try it now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna take up the meditation and try and reach out to Enthor at the same time.
Okay.
Hopefully you can multitask.
I'm gonna I put my hand on his knee or something.
How long will you be in a coma this time?
So you go.
We'll find out after the break.
So I was gonna say, you're doing this towards the start of an episode, man. If you're dead, we're fucked.
Okay, so you guys set up for a meditation of some sort, and with Freya, with the God's Lantern. So we'll quickly go to Moxie. Where have you gone? Have you gone to the rooms, or are you going downstairs?
Oh, people downstairs in the bar are, just hang with them, yeah.
So we'll go to you guys, you three at the bar. So Meredith is serving you. Friendly.
Thanks.
You all right?
Good, thanks. You?
Yeah.
Great.
What can I get you?
How's the column petal looking in terms of?
It's cleared up.
Supplies?
There's boards over the front window. There's only been a day, I think, or two.
Okay, so it's
it
still
was
pretty-
just before the ball, so it's been a couple of days. But the glass needs replacing. But it's all cleaned. It's just boards
Cool.
up.
Would anyone like a wine cooler? I'm happy to.
Wine cooler, whiskey.
Let's have a wine cooler.
Wine cooler? Wine cooler, Moxie?
Yeah, wine cooler sounds good. Yeah.
Wine coolers all round, please.
Okay, 3, so that's 6 silver. She starts, that is expensive by the way. She starts making the cocktail.
Did you say you were getting that? You
Yeah, I'll get it.
Ah, bless you.
I'll get the next round. Thanks.
This is how Moxie has so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
How much money do you have?
Not a lot after I had to write that spell into my book.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We don't let her pay for anything so that she can have all
She
of
can
her
do the spell
magic money.
So Friendly makes these wine coolers with some fresh water, some wine. They only have red wine, so it's a red wine cooler. Slice of cactus in there. She hands them over to you. The wooden cups.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, folks.
Are you okay, Eugene?
Well, it depends if you ask me after a few of these drinks, I suppose.
We'll finish that with you.
Again.
So yeah, I drink the drink quite quickly.
You down it.
It's telling the truth
Roll a
about
constitution
casting.
save. Roll a con save.
I buy him another.
Oh.
You buy
That's
a whole
like a
round?
14.
Yeah, I'll buy a round.
A 14 passes.
15.
15, yeah.
Oh no, 16.
You
Sorry,
save, it's 10. So, so that's 6 silver for 3 more in.
Yeah.
Moxie and Amaya are double parked. You get the second one.
Are you savouring? You've got 2 there. That's gonna take a
Oh.
while.
Oh no, I won't. Trust me. I've just been talking.
Oh yeah.
So are you okay?
There's just a lot's happened. I killed someone, Amaya. That wasn't, nice, and is this gonna, alter the world as we know it? I don't know. This is pretty scary stuff.
It is scary, but think of it this way: they were not a good person,
Oh no.
and if they had, well, first of all, it sounds like it might have been a slight accident, as in, you didn't premeditate to go and kill someone.
Well, no, but I
Yes.
fired a spell at Rindle because Rindle was attacking us and has done before.
Yeah, exactly.
So I meant to do it.
Yeah, but
It's
you did.
self-defense.
Yeah,
though.
it's self-defense.
Yeah, but I still, killed him.
Would it help if
I drink
if
the second.
Roll a constitution save.
Yeah, it's a 22.
You say it again.
Would it help if I said that I think I may have killed at least 4 people?
Well,
Or do you now trust me less?
did you kill people previously before going to the desert?
No.
Am I saying this all too loudly? Are there other people in the bar?
Yeah, there are. There's the same old short half-elf guy that
The
you
whiskey
gave
guy.
a whole bottle of whiskey to. He's by the lit fire. There is no. There's actually he's probably the only one, and you've noticed that the last few days has been quiet since the
Yeah.
attack.
Which is fair enough. That's a very odd question to ask someone how many people you killed. I don't know if someone keeps count, but
Oh, 3.
I suppose a learned individual such as yourself, right? Yes, but would you?
Well, no, I hadn't killed anyone before we got into all this stuff.
And
but,
what did you feel after the first person you killed?
not great, but I was doing it to save the people that I cared for, so...
I suppose there is justification, and Rindle clearly wasn't a very, very nice person, but
He did come after us twice.
yes. And
He made Sentinel fall in a bush.
No, I didn't.
Didn't he? I thought you fell out a window.
No, I jumped out a window and
Oh.
squished his head with my ass.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, so it was pretty intentional.
That's
I
fine.
got that nat 20 and you took all my fall damage.
I remember.
I
set me on
didn't see
fire.
the jump because I was just running through the house, if I remember correctly, and doing lots of cardio that day. I felt
Oh, yes, I
I
remember
was
you
very
ran back and
stiff
forth.
the
yes.
day after.
Yeah.
But I still killed him, and it'll take a while to get over, I think.
It will, but don't beat yourself up. Okay? You are a very kind person, Eugene.
I haven't literally punched myself or anything like that.
No, that was sorry, that was an expression from my home country.
Oh, fair enough. It's one that we didn't say in my household.
No,
so.
it means like mentally, like kind of going over stuff and like thinking it over too much, and then you get
Okay.
sad about it because you keep thinking about
I'll
it.
write that one down.
Yeah, don't.
I get out my notebook and write. beating yourself up with the
Don't.
definition. So yeah.
Well,
But,
Eugene, if it's any consequence, like we live in a aura. He's died, so like death is not necessarily a certainty.
It's true.
I
Yeah,
suppose you would say that though, wouldn't you?
yeah.
But
yeah.
but no, you're right. I suppose most people though, death seems pretty. It happens once and that's it. Not everybody gets the chance to come back again, or might be the exception.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I've heard things from beyond the veil, so to speak.
But those magics are frowned upon in certain circles. Not that I don't mind. I love all types of magic and reading about them and learning about them. But some people might consider that, ghastly sort of stuff.
Yeah, I guess, but some people are scared of things that they don't fully understand.
Yeah.
You don't
I
want
love
to
the
be
unknown.
friends with the closed-minded people.
No,
Exactly,
no,
yeah.
I suppose not. So you saying Rindle was close-minded?
I would probably say he was an evil son of a bitch.
Yeah, he was,
Nice.
he was a prick, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that word, but I learnt that at the college on my first day, actually. Someone called Corin a prick, and I asked what that meant, and no one told me, and I ended up calling one of the guards a prick because I thought that was, a compliment or something, and,
Eugene!
and I got into such trouble.
Actually did happen as well.
Oh, Eugene.
But now I know it. Oh, Corin! Oh, dear Corin, one of my friends.
Oh.
He's at the guild, an apprentice, a baker by trade. So he taught me all about making cakes and
Sorry, do
bread.
they recruit people from cookery backgrounds? Because
I
you're
think
a sweet baker.
I think we're probably the exceptions to the rule. It was mostly
okay.
very rich people there. I always lived a reasonable lifestyle in the shop, but I was never rich. But had enough money to get by. But I think we were the exceptions.
Why did Corin not come on this exciting, not dangerous at all adventure with you?
I'm glad he didn't. They've been killed in the Grand with the rest of them. I down my. Oh no, I didn't. We don't have third
with the
drinks.
rest of them?
Amaya's got two in front of her.
Down my cooler.
Okay, I would say roll a con save. The DC is now relatively high.
That's an 11.
You fail. So you are tipsy. Your checks are at disadvantage.
I thought it was an advantage for the first one.
The second one is you
was
have
the first
advantage.
fail.
You
That was
have
first fail.
Oh, sorry. Then yes.
Yeah!
You are tipsy. You have advantage on charisma-based checks.
No, the alchemist all died in the Grand, and if Corin was there, he might have perished as well. It was only Yora that got me out, so.
Oh my god.
So I'm glad he didn't come, really. But he was supposed to be on the trip, but he decided against it. He wanted to stay in the guild. Yeah, I think that was probably for the best.
It sounds it.
But hopefully you get to meet him one day. He's lovely, and and
I would definitely like to learn how to bake from him.
oh, you're probably better than he is. But some of his sourdough is wonderful though. Like you could definitely learn anything too. The starter he uses has been passed down through dusktop to dusktop, and and yeah, it's magnificent.
Oh, he sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Really quickly, where were you from originally?
Oh, that was a very sudden question. Well, I told.
It's been 23 seconds. Why are you asking my backstory?
Paraxis. It's near the capital, not too far. Small little village.
Probably not.
I've never been there, so I don't know anything about their food. Sounds very exciting.
Yeah. But I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know if there's anything there for me anymore.
Well, after we've been to wherever it is we're going, Delnori,
Maybe.
see where the I don't know, people take us.
Yeah. But
Sounds like a smuggle.
Well, you're coming with the delight.
yeah, I thought you picked a very good name for for Magnus. So yeah,
He was
that was lovely.
magnificent, wasn't he?
Yes, it was such a creature. I'd love to have one of those birds, but I don't know whether it would be particularly practical.
No.
You need a very big aviary. It is aviary, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
I mean, you could ride one.
Would you think that Magnus would let me?
I mean,
Come back! Well, I am tipsy. I can ride down the street. It's like Magnus in the sky.
You actually go out.
I mean, maybe not Magnus, but if you had your own condor.
Like Condor 24, maybe.
Yeah, or
Even 6.
27.
I wonder how many there are.
You've got
Do you think they get
25 to
better the
persuade.
higher up the
You
numbers?
can just keep trying.
Do you think they get better and more intelligent higher up the numbers, or do you think they're younger so they're less good?
I would say, I don't know if it's about being less good, but I think Condor number 1 is like the original first.
Yeah, but is he just
Condor.
really old now? So kind of
Maybe,
not as good
maybe
as
that
Condor
Condor's-
26?
Maybe Condor 1's retired.
maybe he might even be older, so he might even be even bigger. So maybe we can all ride him.
Yeah,
Like a Condor bus!
exactly.
Alright.
Concord.
Fuck
Thank you
yeah.
very much. I'm out. I'm done.
That's got to be an
That's the
inspiration.
peak.
Yeah, that's
Concord.
fair. But I don't have any inspiration tokens.
A convoy of condors, as it were. That would
That
be
would
brilliant.
be
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, we can have one each. But this talk has generally helped. Thank you.
Good.
I give you a hug.
Aww.
It's not,
I
it's not
bent
as
right
awkward.
down to give you a hug.
It's not as awkward as last time, but maybe a little bit awkward. Like just like
Aw, thanks, huge.
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 no, it's sorry, it's Eugene.
Sorry.
Okay.
I apologise, I got carried away.
This might be one of my favourite sessions.
No one's ever called me huge. No, I don't like it. No. I don't get you wrong. I think nicknames are wonderful, but I don't think that one will stick.
That's okay. Moxie, do you have any nicknames?
My brother, he used to call me Apples.
Oh.
No, not
Why?
that.
That's a lovely
Oh,
name.
apples, that's so cute.
He used to say I looked like a horse when I ate an apple.
A horse?
Yeah.
We could call Moxie Clip Clop.
Yes. We'll call you Clip Clop, Moxie.
That's not too bad. That's better than apples.
It's not.
What's wrong with the apple?
Well, when you know the history.
How do you look like a horse when you... Does anyone have an apple? We want to
I
be
go,
an apple.
when I go to the bar. Do you have an apple for sale? I'll pay good money.
I can give you the end of a cactus.
No, it must be an apple. Don't worry, I'll ask the other patron. I go up to the
She
other.
she's like meekly tries to stop you. And the guy's just there sipping his whiskey.
Sir, you don't perchance have a? Oh, sorry to scare you. You don't perchance have an apple on your person, do you?
What are you talking about?
Well, an apple, the fruit.
No, I don't have an apple.
Oh, that's a mighty shame. Okay, never
You're in the
mind.
desert, boy.
I don't know. You might be able to ship some apples in from elsewhere.
Oh, maybe.
Smuggling business.
Cost a pretty penny, though, I imagine.
Well, yes. Well, I do have lots of gold, and I would like.
Oh,
an
is that
apple.
so? Well, then you wouldn't mind buying me another bottle of that whiskey that you gave
That's
me.
not an.
I come over and I'm like, hold on, you've had your whiskey. Come on,
Well,
Eugene.
I would happily trade a bottle for an apple, but since you do not have an apple, then never mind.
Well, you might have. Have you checked in your? You've got lots of bags on your side there. Have you checked in there? You might have an apple.
Oh, yes, I will. I start just chucking bits out of my bag.
Okay.
I start collecting up the stuff as he throws them
The
out.
lexicon hits the floorboards like dunk, real dense and heavy.
I pick it up really quickly.
It's flashing.
It doesn't usually flash.
Okay, can you take it off me? Because what if it explodes?
I don't. It's not like that potion that we tricked you. It was Clip-Clop's idea to trick you. But no. Anyway, well, this doesn't usually flash. Hello, lexicon.
Yes, Mr. Valentine. No one else can hear this, by the way.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I'm just looking for an apple. You don't perchance know.
No, but I have been.
Is there a cache of apples somewhere?
I'm very confused by your question. I don't normally. I've been awakened without permission. It seems.
Well, who? Permission? I thought I would give you permission.
Yes. Between our conversations, I normally slumber, but it appears that a mistake occurred of some sort, a quirk of being close to another disquisition of inordinate power, I believe.
Oh, when was this?
Maybe 2 of your nights ago, last night, maybe.
Oh, that must have been at the ball.
I have no idea.
So, do you know? Oh, okay. Well, that's very interesting. So, what? I don't know, but what? Do you have some sort of message with that, or is that just you were awoken?
No, it appears that. So a disquisition would have been near me. It was used, and it appears to have crossed over with myself in some way, or interfered with me. And
has it affected you in any way?
I'm not sure yet, but
can you run a diagnostic?
I just did. No. Well,
you see, turned off and turned on again.
I'm not sure about doing that. Well, look, a disquisition is. It is both it and its writings that justify its being. Yes.
Yes.
Well, how should I explain this?
Sorry, I have had a few wine coolers tonight.
Would you like to have this conversation another time when you are not inebriated?
Inebriated.
No, let's just keep going. We can always have this again at another date.
Okay. You wish for me to continue on with my explanation of a disquisition and my hypothesis as to what might
Yes, I'm just sat on the floor at this stage, just in the middle of the bar.
Yeah, Maya, have you seen him do this before?
Have I seen him do this before? I don't think
No.
so.
Oh,
No.
I still hear
Yeah.
them say that. Oh, I'm just talking to the cube. Don't worry. Can you not hear? Oh no, Freya couldn't hear either.
Oh, okay. Well, if Freya thinks it's fine,
It's like
then this
the-
must be fine.
It's like the bird, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that
that's
sort
all
of
right.
thing.
I sit down on the floor next to you, looking at the lexicon also.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Can you hear Lexicon? Can you hear my friends?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, okay. The Lexicon says that it can't hear you two.
What if I talk louder?
Did that work?
Did what work?
Never mind. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, I distracted you.
Yes, where was I? A disquisition.
Yes.
They are lengthy arguments and persuasions to the universe, a conversation with the logic of the entanglement that justifies its existence. This is written in the language of Le Plura, and should an extremely powerful disquisition be used in a specific way in the vicinity of a weaker one, such as myself, then there can be interferences.
Oh, maybe it was when the portal opened, maybe? Would that sort of magic?
Possibly. It's hard to say.
So what happens now?
Well, a disquisition are both the thing itself and the essay that justifies its existence, and appear to be still existing, so I assume that we are okay.
That's good. I've had enough of death for a few days.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm as I have previously said, my knowledge is the depths of which are untappable or missing. There is information I feel I should know that I could tell you, but I'm afraid it eludes me.
Oh no. I tell you what, in this condition, I'm not going to be of much use tonight. I believe we should probably pick this up at a later date.
Of course, Master Valentine.
But it was nice to check in with you.
Yes, and you.
Cool. Well, yes. Well, I will speak to you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I closed the cube and put it away.
Is it still flashing?
No, it's not flashing.
The cube was talking about some sort of disposition, and I talk over everything.
Could it have been anything to do with the floaty orby thingy that the bad guy had?
Potentially, I believe that disciple was a disciple. I believe the disciple did wield powerful magics. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was something on his person, yes.
So-
Yes, I think after the giddiment of a few wine coolers that my brain might not be at its full power tonight. So if you have any ideas, but I don't know how much use of it I'm going to be apart from silly hypotheses.
It's a very good correction.
Yes.
I'm
had a
learning
few-
grammar.
I've had a few callers. Grammar does,
One day we'll get
Doesn't-
that intelligence bumped up to +0.
Well, you've still got your callers. I was talking your ear off. Make sure you have your
Oh,
drinks.
I down mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're not savouring things tonight, are we? It doesn't seem that sort of
I feel
night.
like it's been a bit of a day.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's probably getting it's like midnight, 1 o'clock.
Is it time for bed?
I think so. What about you, Clip Clop?
Yeah, no, if we're traveling tomorrow, we should probably get some rest.
Oh, I'm not going to feel my best for the day of travel. Ugh. Might try to sleep on whatever. How did we say? Was it boat?
I think that's what you guys agreed. Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta get the Phaeton.
Oh yeah. Phaeton, that's the one.
Phaeton.
Yes, I'll try to sleep on the
That's-
Phaeton.
Bless you. Phantom sneeze from somewhere.
Well, I'm best be off. I'm going to try to get some sleep. And just I go upstairs, and I do not sleep.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to say exhaustion then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So you roll a con save. Actually, is it every hour?
well, I'm not going to go to sleep yet. I'm going to get probably 4 hours sleep.
Okay. You probably will roll in the morning then, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's yours. I'm just going to be up thinking about my family for most of the night.
What do you guys want to do? Anything else, or are
Sleep.
you sleeping?
Yeah, sleep. Okay.
So, with Freya and Aura. So, you're going to try and go into the lantern again, or you're going to go into the lantern and Aura. You're just meditating, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if you roll it would. I guess it would just have to be. The thing is, a religion is an intelligence-based skill. So you just roll a wisdom check with your proficiency.
Just see.
So basically a save. It was a 20, and then it was a 2. So, 6.
Okay, yeah. It takes you a while to get comfortable. A lot has happened since the last time you did this, and the last time you did this, obviously you fell into a very deep state, and it doesn't seem like you can quite get there. You can hear the distant rumbling of the edge. It's almost a bassing tone that you recognize in your sternum. But that's as far as you get. And Freya, you enter the lantern unimpeded, and you appear in the familiar realm. There's the nexus-like tree on the horizon with the threads of light coming off of it and away. There's wet stone under your feet that seems to run forever, and you kind of stand on it weightless. And on your arm you have the bound thread now that once kind of went through you, and now it is bound around your arm, and you float there. And you know that you can move as before with your wisdom in a willed direction.
Can I still feel aura next to me?
You can with your body, but not
Okay.
where you are in the nexus.
Are there any sort of threat? No, I did this last time. Are there any sort of threats nearby?
I mean, there's hundreds of them on the tree. So some of them you can see above you, and when you're looking, you see some what appear to be shooting stars, and every now and again something bubbles up from the stone itself, from the water, and then shoots off into a fog.
This is a weird question, but if I put the thread on my arm up to my ear, can I hear anything?
I would say you would hear a kind of a hum and a very faint sound of maybe rushing wind and the sound of calm water lapping at the side of a boat, but it's very far, very distant.
If I float over to another nearby thread.
Okay, what are you know as before that you have to travel in a willed direction. So last time you were like, I can't remember who you were looking for last time.
Well, this time I'm gonna will myself towards whatever his name was. What was it there again?
Enthor.
Enthor.
Okay, so you don't know anything about Enthor.
Nope.
Yeah, so if it was, like a god of the pantheon that you're familiar with, because you're familiar with all of them basically, and your connection with the drowned man was what drew you to the thread that is now bound around your arm.
Yep.
You have no connection with Enthor, so I'm not. I mean, there's a slim chance. So roll a. I guess roll a wisdom. Roll wisdom with your proficiency, but I don't know if you can actually reach the DC.
It's a natural one.
Not today.
Yeah, it's that as you sort of you think within the pantheon, the things that you know, the gods that you're familiar with, there's substance there for you to grip onto, whereas with Enthor it's just an unknown entity. You don't know anything about it other than a name. And there's just not enough.
Can I will myself towards Aman's thread?
Okay.
You mean demand?
Your boy.
So, I'm you know Aman, right? So I'm not going to make you roll. You will yourself towards, for the sake of everyone else, Aman, the conqueror of death, of the pantheon, but does not have a formal chorus. You find yourself, after what seems like an hour in this place, eventually a sort of coldness in the wind, and you see around you on the floor white feathers, bird skeletons, and these are, along with a chain, these are symbols of Aman.
Come on.
What? Okay. Roll a wisdom check with your proficiency. You know a fair amount of this.
It's
about
proficiency plus 2.
Yeah, I think you're still at +2.
Wisdom. 21.
Okay, fair enough. So holding what you know about Aman in your mind, you move along next to a thread, and these feathers become more frequent. Bones which would crunch underfoot if you weren't floating above them. And you follow this thread and it gets darker, more ephemeral, like bits of fishing line together. It seems weak. There are not many worshippers maybe of Aman compared to some of these others in the pantheon. And eventually you reach a point where the thread stops, or at least it stops you, and it moves ahead off towards the tree. And before you, some of the bones begin snapping on the floor. And a few of them start spreading out the way as though an invisible force is pushing them into an empty circle of these bones. And in a snapping and folding of the wet stone underneath, as though it were molten, the stones like slate bend and snap out the way, and out crawling from the wet stone is a hunched, amorphous thing, its face moulding and changing as it seems to choose one. And it settles on a hag of an old woman. Wings, about 10 feet long, drag in the water behind it, pure white. And the woman has no eyes, only gaping holes. You seek the Undying One.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. not me. It's for someone else.
He is busy.
Can I come to the phone right now?
Do you leave a message after that?
Busy with what?
Do you really want to ask?
I don't want to know.
I am but an apparition.
What about saying apple then?
Moxie, we found you!
Finally.
Flip-flop!
It is not known to me what the Undying One busies himself with. I am one of the uncountable, unimportant, yet replaceable, undying, unliving. You are bound by something. What is that?
And it comes up to your arm real
I
close.
tried to hide it behind me.
The charred one? No. Something further.
It sniffs.
Run away.
Burden? You are a disciple of the immovable one. No. What do you wish from me?
I came for. I was wondering if you. Have you heard of Aura before?
Aura.
Just a guy.
Ah, you seek one of his undying soldiers.
There are lots of them.
Many. For the undying god is eternal.
Huh?
Who do you seek?
What's
Oridonius.
Oridonius? And I whisper it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I don't think I have any extra. 15.
Okay. You see it like licking its lips, and it turns round and bends over. It's like horribly bent and soaking wet wings, and it rips up some of the feathers and sniffs at them and turns round.
Aura Adonius. There is no deathless of that name.
You sure?
It looks at you with those hollow, like, pits. It comes right up to you and sniffs you with its long, horrible, like, what kind of peeling flesh of its nose.
You are not chained like the others, bound in contracts by the simulacra. Guarded by the simulacrel, you are a true cleric.
I'm gonna start stepping backwards.
Some knows.
Why, what do you...
I'll make up for the lack of
You
eyes.
fear, child. You know not of the contracts.
The contracts?
It laughs, like a horrible laugh.
You know not of the truth of the simulacra. In your own capital of filth.
What is the... Do I want to know what's the truth? What's the truth?
Roll a persuasion check again. What did you roll first time?
15?
When do you practice these voices? Like, is there any shit in?
I would say the 15s does it.
The answers lie in your own deal. The smell of it remains on you before this new binding seared it away. Look at your contract, my girl. You mortals chain them to yourselves. You carry them like babes with blankets. Open your letter.
You're not supposed to.
Yes.
I would like that as my text tone, please. Make that happen. Thank you very much, Amy.
I'm gonna... Do you know what Enthor is?
I have knowledge of this thing, maybe. I have many millennia of my time, but for more, I will take payment. In soul, in coilstone.
It's like a Good job.
But I don't have anything like physically on me, do I?
You don't know. You've not tried. You have your body is not there, no. But
Want to lose your soul?
What would it cost? I'm not giving up my soul. How many coil?
I could not take it if I wished. You are bound. 1 coil stone for 1 morsel of information.
Stone.
Or a shard,
stone.
yeah. Okay, cool, shard.
Just giving these out like
Candy.
candy.
Lollipop.
Ooh, piece of candy.
All you must do is promise them and he will pluck it from your purse.
This feels like a bad idea.
He's just
Make your
the,
own decisions, babe. You're a strong,
it's
independent
fine.
woman.
He's just the conqueror of death, and this is one of his
Making
apparitions.
deals with the conqueror. That's like apparitions. 1 coil shard. No, you're not touching my soul.
I cannot. Even if I wanted to.
Okay.
Okay.
Deal.
Bends over in the cape of its feathers, and it pulls one out, and it's like this horrible feather with the blood and the flesh of its wings still attached. It comes up to you, and it goes to scribble something on your arm, and it just scribbles something in a cursive, and it fades.
The deal is done. What do you wish to learn?
Where can I find Enthor?
And it moves back to its wings, and shuffles around in them, and you hear it sniffing. And it comes back, and it licks its lips.
The anchor Enthorandoran which halted the edge. The wound through and out the entanglement the edge is sealed by Varden unto his flesh, held back by Enthorandoran, still he wallows in its depths.
He's not. What was the thing they said the other day about the anchor?
The anchor rusts.
In your left,
In the depths, but holds. The hollow one's cursed body lies obliterated. The unbeing will rise again.
I'll let you have one extension to it if you want to kind of guide the answer a bit more.
Can I find him in here?
You can find all here.
How do I find him in here?
This is a place of faith. Do you have faith in the drowned Eurekos? Enthorandoran? No, you do not. You are bound.
Jesus. Okay.
You stretch our deal. I will give you but one more.
Fuck, what do you want me to ask?
I wasn't going to ask anything.
Is the edge safe? As in, is it stable?
Enthorandoran holds it still, yes. The tide to the malignant remains closed for now.
Who is trying to breach it?
You may have one question.
5 questions later.
If it wants to answer them.
Yeah, I shall not.
I hope you don't
Really?
just not just take a coil shot out your pocket.
Maybe.
It's a good job I've still got 2.
What's written? Can I still see what's written on my arm?
No, it's gone. You could, if you wanted to have read it before, though, you could always, it went pretty quick, so you can see.
No, I'm very perceptive.
Yeah.
I've read it as it was
Okay,
written.
roll a kind of a retconned perception check.
Oh, shit.
13.
You know it was celestial of some kind, but you don't know what it said.
I do not wish to speak its name, but with another shard I may.
Just gonna say the disciple or something. Man, I only have 3 of those. We'll only have 3 of those after. No, I
We know
only
well
have
there's
3
some
of
more.
those. Just gonna have to nick some more. Good God.
Or buy them.
Take it.
It takes a sort of shuddering breath.
Ask, child.
Who seeks to undo the edge? Who seeks to break the seals?
A question I can answer. For the one who caused the edge is not the one who breaks the seals, but they are close. Who breaks the 1,000 seals that pasted over the cracks to cleanse the world? The edge was what caused the great seals, for it was the breaking, it was the thing they wished to lock away, and they could not. The being behind the opening of the edge that caused that puncture. I shall not speak of it, but they sought to hid away how it did it. Behind the seals are the tools needed. The great towers between worlds that refract and focus the soul of every self. A forge with such unspeakable power as to rival the engine of the entanglement itself. A man named the disciple.
I'm not finished yet, you did.
A man called the disciple, whose name is Zethia. You have more coil shards, I smell them.
I have no more for you. I thank you for your answers.
Yes, well, the more we speak, the closer you become to our
I hope we do
undying.
not meet again soon.
And it crawls away back into the shattered hole of the slate. Its wings drag after it, and the ground closes behind it, the bones recovering the ground.
Take a deep breath. And I exit the fucking goblet.
Okay. Aura's just chilling. Oh man, I did not think you would do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did not think you would do that.
That wasn't what I was going to do when I said I was going to go back into the mountain.
You're gonna go to Juness.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were gonna do. I prepare for everything.
I know
Character,
everything.
it's fine.
I'm
I
always
have
one
stuff
step ahead.
prepared. It just requires some finagling. Right.
I guess he was busy today.
Yeah, you're on the floor of the Cold and Petal. The God's Lantern is warm,
Are you
flashing,
okay?
and
Did you see him?
Well, no, I didn't. But I tried to find your man.
a man,
A man?
your boy.
I had suspicions that was the god you were speaking to. A man.
Sorry, it's my fault.
The conqueror of death. All the signs were there. The wings, the feathers, the coming back from the dead.
I sort of, I guess, affiliated myself with them just because of the resurrection, but I didn't know about any of the other stuff at the time.
I spoke to one of their servants and they said you weren't one of the Undying soldiers. That they knew anyway.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe they wouldn't know the name that I was given was by the Edgewatchers.
Well, that's probably it then.
But Enthor knew me as Aura as well. He said he did. But
I tell him like all of the things because I'm not going to do that again. And then write it all down. So.
I think Steve reacted to something. I saw him.
The bit about the forge.
Yeah.
Enthor told me before he cast me from the edge, apparently, or from what I've seen from another vision before I left the Edge Watchers, to take the sword and to bind it and forge it where he could not. If maybe that's this forge, but
Forge in the edge.
maybe. But if he's the anchor, he can't. Maybe he can't move from where he is.
Did I tell you the name of them? Because I was supposed to.
Of who?
Did I tell you what because I said in the, I think that was my fault. He said, or it said, the great towers between world that refract and focus the soul of Evrain. And I should have told you what they were called. They're called the Surge Pyres.
Surge Pyres.
And they would have called them the grandest towers between worlds, the Surge Pyres.
Have I heard of such a thing?
It doesn't not immediately come to you. But there are books around, especially in a city like Delnori.
We're gonna have to do some research. But
Definitely.
I guess we have the name of the disciple now.
Oh yeah, XETH
That's not how I spelled
No.
it at all.
What was it?
XE.
Do you headbutt your
THIR.
keyboard to write that?
I feel like whenever he needs a name, he just
That's
headbutts
his
the keyboard.
95.
Zephyr.
Copywriting.
Copywriting, slamming your head against.
Names are powerful things.
Mm.
I don't know what to make of it all. I was going to try something with the sword, but maybe if I need this forge, that's probably not going to work. And I'm going to get the sword out and lay it down.
Gently.
No, just chuck it on the floor.
Okay.
So
So you take out the leather wrapped pieces.
and lay them out.
How many levels of paladin have you got? Is it 3?
2
Okay. So you remember what happened when you were at the
at the ball.
ball?
Yeah.
When it broke the sword, it kind of two energies kind of tangling together held the pieces of that broken sword together, and then you used it and it exploded everywhere.
Yeah.
So I would say do your meditation roll again, but with the sword. So is your wisdom and proficiency.
It's the same.
Oh, damn. That dice is just not like you.
Yeah. That was the one that I was critting on in the fight all the time with.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so you remember the feeling that it was the key for that moment was that there was a balance of the two forces, and you had one dark, cold, and something warm and light, and it was a momentary coming together of those, and they balanced in that moment. It was but what a matter of seconds. But you just can't feel that right now.
Yeah. So I was going to let that feeling sort of linger and wash over and just see what happens and use Word of Radiance
Okay.
and basically cast it into the sword.
And what does the spell do?
You utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice you can see within range, which is 5 feet, must make a con save or take 1d6 radiant damage basically. But I was just going to try and use like the spell's energy and push that into the sword and see if that did anything. And I just picked Word of Radiance just for fun.
Yeah.
See
Okay.
if that, and sort of like try and deepen that sort of that connection that I don't have, and like see if a word came to Aura, like
Sure. Okay.
because he speaks languages he doesn't understand.
Do you remember the last part of that oath-like thing that you heard? I think the last time that you heard it was, oh God, when was it? It began with when the eternal flood looms, we stand defiant.
Yeah. We stand to find when darkness weighs down the kneeling, rise in their stead.
Yes. Okay.
It was way before I went off.
That was it. So, when you cast Word of Radiance, obviously it's not got a target, so we're not going to be like damaging the sword or anything like that.
Yeah, it's only 5 feet.
Yeah. So, you, in your mind, for a brief moment when you cast that spell, you hear that again, and you hear when the eternal flood looms, we stand defiant. When the darkness weighs down the kneeling, we rise in their stead. And then you hear when the flame gutters, and there is an end, a hard end there, and the fragments of the sword twitch when you cast that spell and you hear it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That was only a cantrip. Can I dump her?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a level 2 spell.
Oh no, I was
thinking
just about to drop a level 2 slot into it just to see if that.
Well, you can if you like, but
yeah, why not? I'm gonna go to sleep in a minute.
okay. So you repeat that, and
I'll just repeat those words.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
The shards, they tremble, and you hear in your head the same oath, and it says when the flame gutters, and it stops again.
Well, that did more than I expected. There's slightly more to that oath. When the flame gutters, but
Sounds like the Forge.
I guess we'll find out where that is one day. Or try.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything else before bed? Okay.
Unless we want to cut back to.
I mean.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Okay, so the last time you guys bed down, Dustmere, and maybe the last time you sleep in the chill of the night, and then very quickly the beating hot heat of the morning. And with that, we'll end today's episode. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.